Hi everyone, Lewis here, and today I'm going to bring you guys a preview of the ARMA 3 2017 mod. So this mod's been in development for quite a while now, and I've been posting regular dev blogs, one every month. So far I've only posted 2, but I'm sure there's many more to come. And it hasn't really received too much attention, although I think the ideas which the devs are putting across are very different to any mod we've ever seen before. You guys might remember the 2017 mod from ARMA 2, which was actually the first ever mod, which was for the DayZ mod. It did kind of suck, but honestly, what did people expect? It was the first ever mod for DayZ, so it's not going to be anything amazing. All it really did was change the loot spawn values and add some extra player skins, but this mod for ARMA 3 is looking to do a lot more. I mean, it has already been in development for a decent amount of time, and we do have a lot more people working on it than they did have in the ARMA 2 mod, so I'm hoping for something pretty cool to be the final outcome. It's hard to explain what this mod's all about since we have changed their direction a few times already, but I'm pretty sure with this current direction they are going to be sticking to that, which I'll talk about in a short amount of time. But I guess a decent way to get you guys an okay idea as to what the mod's all about, I'm going to show you guys the teaser, and then after that I'm going to be talking about the mod a bit, its features, and also why I'm excited for it. So I'll see you guys after the wonderful teaser.
I managed to survive for such a long time. I don't even want to stay alive anymore. Is there anybody out there? Anybody? I don't even know what year it is anymore. I've just lost track of all time. The only thing I know is it happened in the year 2017. What's that?
So after watching the teaser, you probably don't really have any better of an idea as to what the mod is, other than it has something to do with the year 2017. Well, the year 2017 was when the whole world went to shit. This actual mod is taking place after 2017, which is why there's nothing left in the world and everywhere is filled with rubbish. And it was the same for the ARMA 2 mod. But of course, this time around with ARMA 3, like I mentioned, they have got a lot more assets, a lot more time, and a lot more expertise in the field. So is this just another ARMA 2 mod, zombies on ARMA 3? Who gives a shit, Lewis? Well, no, it's not actually zombies, and that's the important thing. In fact, some people might have just closed the video already thinking, who gives a shit, Lewis? It's just ARMA 3 with zombies, and Breaking Point already does that. Well, you're right, Breaking Point does do that. But this is not just going to be zombies, which is why it's not called the DayZ 2017 mod. They're actually starting from scratch completely in terms of code and assets, so everything is done entirely by the team, and there are no zombies. I mean, maybe it's just me, but I actually don't like zombies. I know my channel might have a lot of zombie games on it, but honestly, I can say confidently that most people just like the idea of something like DayZ, and this is still going to be similar to that in terms of survival and horror, but it's not going to include those goddamn zombies. I mean, to be honest, when you think about it, zombies in not only the ARMA 2 mod, but also DayZ standalone right now, maybe this will change in the future, I'm sure it will, but they aren't actually a threat. Whereas the enemies in this mod, hopefully they should be a threat. So instead of focusing on zombie survival, they are now instead focusing on an open world horror kind of mod. Originally they were planning on just having zombies, which were going to be a bit different to normal zombies we've seen before in other mods, but instead they scrapped the idea entirely, said fuck zombies, no one likes zombies, and we are now focusing on this horror idea. You might wonder, what kind of horror is this mod bringing to us? Well, from what we've said so far, though of course they're not going to tell us everything because we want it to be actually enjoyable when you play it, but there's going to be a lot of AI in the world which are hopefully going to make you shit your pants. So say for example guys following you around, or maybe you're running through a building like you can see right here and you'll see a bunch of these AI, or maybe just one standing around a corner, something like that. And I think in a world like this, especially with the atmosphere ever built up with the fog, which will make FPS really good I'd imagine as well, but it also looks pretty cool, and the entire streets and the buildings being destroyed, it looks really cool. And I think with the addition of horror, it's a good combo. Of course you will see a lot of AI which aren't just going to be walking around and trying to kill you. If you want to have kind of an RPG feel to the world, being able to build up houses, I mean, it's all in the air right now. Holy shit, that guy's naked. Oh, okay, anyway, this image right here, this was released on their Twitter, and I think it conveys the horror pretty well. I don't know what that guy is or what he wants, but I wouldn't walk up to him on a dark night like this one. That's all I know. But on top of the horror, you do of course still have the basic workings of a DayZ mod in terms of players in a world. Why is everyone naked in this gameplay? Carwin sent me. What is wrong with Carwin? I don't know. Yeah, Carwin's the guy who does all the video stuff for the mod, and I'm literally just talking through this gameplay while also looking at it, and I'm just honestly surprised by the amount of naked people that are in it. Apparently you just had a fun time with a bunch of naked people earlier. There's just 2 dead people on the street. Just ignore them. You can go naked though, which is good. They even said in the news dev blog, actually, one stupid thing is that in DayZ standalone, you can't go naked. I kind of understand why you can't go naked, but at the same time, it makes sense what I say. You take off your clothes and all of a sudden you've got some perfectly white boxer shorts. Doesn't make too much sense. Anyway, like I was saying, it does have the core gameplay of DayZ, where you're walking around in a world with other players. Why on earth should you work together, or are you just going to go around shooting each other? You know, there's a lot of questions with that. Well, you'll see in the top right, we do have a sanity system. So this system, I'm sure, will not only change the horror aspects of the game in terms of what you could possibly see, but also actually makes it so that you have to interact with players. If you don't interact with players, then I'm sure you will get more horror-y shit, and eventually you'll be killed by the horror-y shit. Not 100% sure how it works again, but they did say that interacting with other players will make it so your sanity goes down. So you can't just go around not giving a shit about anyone on your own. And I think that idea alone makes it sound like an experience that you're going to have with friends more than the DayZ mod or DayZ standalone, which is more an open sandbox, which you can have a number of experiences in, but rather limited ones. Whereas this seems to be like kind of a linear following of events. I mean, it's not like that at all, but you know what I'm trying to say. Basically, it's going to be something you can play with your friends. I mean, you can play this online, you can play this offline, and it's really all up in the air right now with what is going to be in the game. We do have the core stuff there in terms of the loot, which I think is really cool. The actual bin bags, which are around the world. It looks like somewhere which, you know, has been wrecked after a number of years, which is where the mod is actually set. And on top of that, like I mentioned, fortifying buildings for RPG elements, and that's pretty much it. I mean, everything else, nothing else has been confirmed. I don't know what's happening, but stuff's going to be happening. Right now, we've got about 15 people or so working on this, and of course, it is going to be a full conversion mod, so it's going to be completely different to ARMA 3, although I'm sure you can see that from the gameplay already. And the plan is that right now we're doing some closed testing, which I'm really not sure what they've actually got in the game solidified right now, because I'm not sure if they just haven't got it finished or if they just don't want to show it, so then, you know, we don't know what's going to be in the mod itself, which is probably a good thing. I'd like to be surprised by a lot of the horror aspects in it. And then we're going to be doing a slightly open beta testing in Q2, and then finally in Q3 it's going to be completely open to the public for anyone who does own ARMA 3. Of course, this is completely free, it's a mod, and if you monetized it, they would be sued by Bohemia, but I'm sure they wouldn't do that anyway, even if they could. The great thing about having 15 people or so on your team as well is you can make stupid stuff like you can see on screen right now. Or maybe not stupid, but it's essentially a house, but also a boat. So I mean, if you just want to escape the horrors of Ollis, which is of course where the mod is set, then feel free to just boat away with your friend and have a lovely little relax. And if you're wondering why the hell is everything sunny all of a sudden and where's the fog gone, this is from quite a while ago, but I'm sure the actual asset is still in the game. Most of the gameplay I've shown you today has been from just a few days ago, and it does look a lot better than it did a month ago, which is this gameplay right now. So a TLDR is zombies are out, horror is in. I mean, I'd certainly say I've never had a horrific experience in any of the DayZ mods, and looking at the atmosphere and this, I can certainly say I will have a few horrific experiences. And since you are also in a world with a bunch of players, I'm sure the players will do something to interact with you, which will be horror in itself. So you don't need these AI to make you shit yourself, just come across another player. But you have to come across another player, otherwise the sanity will consume you. It's a hard choice, isn't it? But anyway, that is pretty much it. Hopefully I've given you guys a decent idea as to what the mod's about, when it's coming out, and their goals for the mod as a whole. It's not going to be anything like any DayZ mod you've ever seen before. It does still have the remnants of core DayZ gameplay, but of course it was built from the ground up with an entirely different concept for it. So it's, yeah, it's exciting, and I'll definitely make sure to cover some more as soon as I can. If you guys would be interested in some more information for, I'll leave a link to their website in the description below. They do have some forums which you can go ahead and suggest stuff on. And also, I'd highly recommend checking out their YouTube channel, in which they've uploaded 2 dev blogs. The newest one is one of interest, the old one not so much, but the new one definitely talks about a few things which you might want to know about. Building a mod on Arma 3 is always a good idea with the modular weapons in terms of customization and the modular clothes in terms of actually being able to change your backpacks and your clothing individually. So, looking forward to it very much so. But thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and all good stuff. And I shall see you guys next time.